You assume that you should be able to solve your problems and reach your goals rapidly and easily. I should have figured out every aspect of my life, or I should have a high-paying job by now. I'm behind in life. No one will watch this video. No one cares about me making this video. The insight that changed everything was this. When I started understanding more about depression, I had learnings. So some of these learnings have been really good, and it just clicked to me, why are these things not taught in school? Things like how to deal with failures and not take things personally, how to boost your self-esteem, how to practice self-compassion. All these things are very new for me, and I just wanted to share these learnings with you. What can you expect from this video? Two things. One is you can find comfort in knowing that other people are also struggling. It is just that the struggles are not so much evidently put out. Secondly, you'll get tools that can help you with overcoming your struggles. TLDR, why this video exists is simple. I've had learnings in my journey of recovering from depression, and I just want to pass it on. That's it. Simple. Now, what is this video for? Number one, adults who struggle with constant negative self-talk like these. If I'm not successful, I'm worthless. Failing at something means I'm a failure. This thing is lazy. I should always be productive. I should always be doing something. Everyone is moving ahead in life and I'm left behind. If you find yourself in a place where you say these things to yourself, this video is for you. Secondly, if you have people or your loved ones struggling through depression right now, this video is for you. I'll be sharing mistakes to avoid when you are around them. Let's get going. What really happened with me? I remember feeling really hopeless and helpless, like just tune the hopelessness meter to max. A lot of guilt in me, questioning is life worth living? You just feel hopeless and worthless. I remember this specific incident. I was at the airport coming back home. I was staring at my phone, scrolling through WhatsApp, people I know, friends, thinking if I should reach out to them for help. And in my head, I had already played that they're busy with their own things, they don't care, and I will be a big burden on them if I ask for help. And that's the scariest part about depression. It just needs your thoughts to destroy you. Now, even when it came to reaching out to help to my own therapist, I felt like even I'm adding burden to her and asking for too much. Put the message over, I just read it out. I'm not feeling well, hopeless, destructive thoughts, not feeling good about anything. Slightest of thing is making me feel bad about myself. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm crossing boundaries by sending this message. I don't know what to do. To which she replies, this is a phase and it might be uncomfortable to face. Try to focus on simple things for now, taking a nap, having coffee, very basic stuff. Find yourself, of all the people who are there for you, you are not alone. You can tolerate uncomfortable emotions. It's just bodily sensation. I have a lot of faith in you. Take care of yourself. First part of message meant nothing to me. It did not make me feel good about myself at all. This was not helpful in that moment. The second part helped a bit where it showed me a little courage that I can tolerate uncomfortable emotions. That's it. The first one did not add to any hope. Neither the statement you're not alone and there are people for you. Because at that point I did not believe. Here's the thing that I realized later. All these thoughts were distorted and it wasn't the reality. A lie that depression was telling me. I wasn't a burden. My therapist replied to me with kindness. My friends weren't ignoring me. I was assuming they were. So this was my first biggest realization that thoughts are not facts. I was in the guilt of not asking for help. My partner started reaching out to our friends and also therapists regarding what's going on. And I was diagnosed with MDD, that is major depressive disorder. I will not get into technicality, I'll explain that a bit later. But what in that session, what my therapist told me. First thing was not to isolate ourselves and be surrounded by people. Secondly, knowing this helped a lot, that it's okay to collapse. We are allowed to struggle and it's completely fine. So that was a kind of relief for me. She asked me to go on the basis of evidence and not what we are feeling. That didn't make sense to me in that moment. And mentioned that most importantly, you are there for yourself right now and you're showing up for yourself is the most important thing. And as I was in career transition at that time, she mentioned something very surprising, that job won't save us and being around these people will. And it felt right and wrong at the same time in that moment, but I chose to prioritize my mental health and work on it. There's no one size fit all solution. Take whatever you feel is helpful to you, leave the rest, and I highly recommend seeking professional help. Not all things are helpful to me, but some things did, and I use them today as well. Number one top tier is cognitive behavioral therapy, and that is seeking professional help. This is an important thing to mention. This is the book called Feeling Good by Dr. David Burns. Reading this book has been tremendously helpful, coupled with my ongoing therapy sessions. So the book emphasizes that every negative feeling stems from your own distorted thinking. If you change the way you think, equal to change the way you feel. I mentioned this book in the description. I highly recommend you to read this. Your mindset will thank you later. Another silent assumption that leads to anxiety and depression is that my worth is directly proportional to the achievements I have or the contribution I make to society, which has been a very big myth. I'll share this in another video. Summing up therapy, going to therapy and the book helped tremendously. Second thing that helped most is self-help. I realized it's a very self journey and you cannot hack by someone else doing it for you. Even if someone shows you positive, your depressive mind won't let you see the positive side as well. So you need to tell it your own self. You have to challenge those thoughts. I highly recommend journaling. Whatever you feel like, just journal. It's your world. Just do it. So I had this intention of taking one day at a time, and I used to show myself tiny progress. Like even if I got on a call with a friend, even that progress counts. Even if the conversation was difficult, it counts. Every tiny effort compounded over days. So all effort counts, no matter how tiny. Tiny equals progress. This is caveat. Sometimes even doing 0.1% feels like moving mountains. So it's okay. You can do what you can with no pressure or expectation. Just be as you are. From the examples I just put here, I should tell myself you're doing awesome, keep going, don't worry, things will fall in place. It's okay, you're doing great. In writing songs, the song is by Beatles called Obladi Oblada. Beatles helped me a lot during this time. You survived, you did great. Happy New Year. 2025 is going to be an amazing and fabulous year for you. All efforts count, keep going. Tiny equals progress. I also drew this with fun graph where I journal on what food did I like. If it's happy and cheap, like pani puri or Bombay sandwich, like you don't want to eat sad cheap food or sad expensive food. You always want to lie on the happy food spectrum. So yeah, these were the journals. Now the insight that changed everything was this: that I can challenge my distorted thoughts. This has been by far the most important journaling thing I did, and I still do today. What you need to do is you have to write down your automatic thought, the first thought that came to you. For instance, I'll give example of this video. No one will watch this video, no one cares about me making this video. This can be an automatic thought, and then we'll figure out what the cognitive distortion is. It can be all or nothing thinking or fortune teller error, and then you fight back with rationale. But even if no one watches, I enjoyed the process. It's fun. I had fun along the way. I have no regrets. This can be a response back. But you don't do it in your head, you do it in your journal. That was just an example. I'll just show you an example from my journal. I had automatic thought which were self-critical, that people won't accept me if I don't have a good job or work title. The cognitive distortion was all or nothing thinking or mind reading, and then you give a rational response to it, that people do accept me as is, and I don't need a job title to have fun with my friends. At that time I wrote, people accept me, in fact they like being around me. Now it's a practice on how do you boost your self-esteem and put a good rationale against it. The second one was, being kind and empathetic is worthless, bad things keep on happening. So I mentioned all or nothing. Another thing will come with overgeneralization. That will be the cognitive distortion. Rational response would be, many good things do happen, and I'll show myself the examples. So this is how this triple column technique is called, where you challenge your thoughts. This I almost do it every day, and this is an insane practice to do to boost your self-esteem. The more you fight your negative thoughts with a positive rationale, the better your state of being gets. Third thing, practicing compassion. That is self-compassion or receiving compassion from my partner and friends. So what does compassion mean here? Is to think that I have to earn my way or need to earn something that will allow me to be good or kind to myself, which is completely wrong. You don't need permission to treat yourself kindly. You have to earn the right to treat yourself as a VIP in a loving, caring way that you would do to a friend. No, you just do it. It's a practice. Just do it. Mistakes to avoid. Now, if you're a friend or a loved one of someone going through a similar problem, so here are things to keep in mind. Number one, do not mention privilege. Mentioning that others have it worse, someone is struggling much more than you, it does nothing. And I'm highlighting this because I have got comments like, बाकी अफ्रीका में बच्चे को खाना नहीं मिल रहा, या इसको ये नहीं मिल रहा, वो नहीं मिल रहा. It does not do anything. It will just add to the hopelessness. So you don't want to induce guilt or hopelessness to your friends. So saying others have it worse just make people feel unheard. They don't need guilt or shame, they need understanding and hope. And importantly, I have had this learning about privilege, is that you cannot impose privilege on anyone. It needs to come from within. Number two, pain comparison does not work. There is no metric on how does one compare pain. Some people are starving in Africa and you're upset about this. ऐसा comment नहीं work करता. दूसरा, I remember on the airport thing, the same airport incident, a friend of mine called. He was trying to be there for me and he said things on the line that ये तो कुछ नहीं है bro, life में बहुत सारी लड़ाई लड़नी है. There's nothing, there are more battles we need to fight ahead in our life. And the immediate response for me in my head was, I'm better off dead. And he wouldn't care if I'm like, this advice makes me feel nothing good. So like, don't do it. Don't compare pain or impart privilege. So minimizing pain makes the person feel more isolated or makes them feel more unseen or isolated. So just don't do it. Avoid. Third, add to hope. Always add to hope. Whatever they feel good about, add to hope. Ask if you want to do more of it, or you can mention things like, I know this is unbearable right now, but things are bound to change, I promise. You don't need to fix them, you just need to remind them that these feelings are temporary and things are going to change. Another sentence would be, you might not see it now, but your future self will thank you for holding on. I know this feels unbearable right now, but things do change. There is light at the end of tunnel. I know you won't believe it right now, but there is. And I, like, you can say the statement, and I'm very confident because even I heard it then. It didn't mean anything then, but later on, it helped with the positive compounding, and that made me feel good about myself. And things do change because these thoughts help you see the positive side of things. Now, here's the biggest concept that made me come out of depression and gave me the confidence that depression is lifting off. That was knowing that work and achievement cannot be tied to worth, and how the entire concept is self defeating. Now, I won't pretend that everything is perfect or back to normal. Nothing is perfect, and bad days still come, but now I'm confident that I have tools that I can prevent bad days to become even worse, and I can fight those negative self-critical thoughts because I have better understanding of what is happening with me, and I can act upon it. I've got tools to prevent relapse, and bad feelings are not facts. Cool, I'm super thankful for my partner, my therapist, my friends who have been amazingly there for me, and like every tiniest of help went a long way, and also me showing up for my own self. It has been really empowering, a big learning for me in my life. Found this video helpful, and if you know someone who needs to hear the message, please share it with them. A tiny bit of comfort can go a long way. Please feel free to share it with them. Cool. Take care of yourself. Bye. Ciao. It rarely works this way. The frustration just adds to your sense of futility and increases your urge to give up and do nothing. This is where I was. Imagine your brain is like these glasses. When it's clean, you can see clearly. But when they're smudgy, I know some of you will get pissed for me doing this. Here are a list of all cognitive distortion. You can take a screenshot. You can play it around with ChatGPT. I'll just mark a pointer. Sure. Looks good. Awesome.